Nobody that I know of in my field uses the so-called scientific method. In our field, it's by the seat of your pants. It's leaps of logic. It's guesswork.
Don't see the curvature of the earth. That stuff is what?
Globusters taking up. Bye-bye, moonman and rover. NASA so mediocre. Sorry, but your ball is dead. But your ball is. Globusters taking up. Gotta ride this roller coaster. But the truth is getting closer. Sorry, but your ball is dead. But your ball is. Get the shovel for the space hubble. Piece in the puzzle. Need a faster bubble. Evil gonna crumble, yeah? Sit down, be humble. Got the ball, you better fumble. You'll get mad, cause I just fight about your uncle.
And then they call me the liar. I mean, it's absolutely unbelievable the pathetic techniques that they have to use to prove their heliocentric model.
Bob's at the president, Jaren got the evidence. Eros laying Jesuits and Zach Sharkham is evident. That the earth electric and it's resonant. Your residence is heavens and I hope it's settling like some sediment. If we so wrong, why they lying to discredit it? That's not too intelligent. That's a guy not in court, but we ain't really in the settlement. It's time to awaken from the pseudoscience sedatives.
Globusters taking over. Bye-bye, moonman and rover. NASA so mediocre. Sorry, but your ball is dead. But your ball is. Globusters taking over. Gotta ride this roller coaster. But the truth is getting closer. Sorry, but your ball is dead. But your ball is.
World Productions.
Inner World Productions. We're just testing this out. We're gonna see if the growlers can fall back and let me get a laptop stream. So I'm trying to keep an eye on it, and the quality looks terrible again. So what a shocker there. Oh man, because we were gonna get to just talk. I guess you didn't like that. In a world where Austin can't even talk on the internet. Wow, the song is awesome. Thank you, man. So you guys let me know if the audio is really, really bad. I can tell that it looks like we're filming in like 1920, but if the audio is good, I don't really care. So you guys give me some fizzy feedback on that. So I'll holler at some people in the chat. This is not a free speech edit, yeah. Much love, bro. Thank you. Shout out to my homie Brian, legend. Shout out to my boy JJ, Hemp Creep Bear, legend. Look at all these freaking legends. Bro, this thing is hating on me bad. It's so funny, man. As soon as I go live, there's nothing else running on my MacBook. Just a clown world. What up, Vader Bear? What up, Question the Answers? What up, my man Trevor? What up, Jamar and MC and Waters Above and John and Jonathan and Lackluster and whatever your name is. Anyway, shouts out to everybody. Sounds great. Great audio. Okay, cool. Then whatever. You guys just bear with me. It might look like we're filming from 1920. But yeah, so I wanted to show you guys this. This is going to be a really short stream. I just wanted to talk to you guys and really just test what's up with the laptop. It's not looking too good, but we are changing locations soon. So maybe I'm just kind of been patient till then. Anyway, so First Amendment represented. If you'd like to support the First Amendment Represented Fund, then you can just go to paypal.me/inaworld. And we're going to see if the little grabblers are trying to lure me in so they can kick me off. But yeah, there you go. Cool stuff. I thought, First Amendment represented. If it rhymes, it has to be true, So that's what I decided to call it. And and that's just, if anybody wants to send any type of financial support and also information with that, because PayPal is the best way to do it, then you can just send it there. Again, it is paypal.me/inaworld. And yeah, I'll read them off. And if you don't want them read off, specify it, or maybe what you want. Sign it. If you want me to say your name, like sign it at the end of whatever you're saying with what you want to be called. And there's that. So if you want to support, if you know what's going on with the whole me taking hours and hours and hours and hours and fighting these cases, you can do it that way. And that's that. In addition, we've had people asking us to how they can send stuff in to support our wedding or our marriage, if you will. I don't have like a PO box or anything right now, and we also live in an RV, so I obviously don't actually have that much room. But we will set up something. I think we may already have like a little PayPal for that, where if you guys, a bunch of people are asking me, so you can send the money there to support the marriage. Which again, we are scripturally married, but we are doing the ceremony because we want to celebrate with our friends and family. And I've had a bunch of people that care about us, be like, don't, let us know where we can send something in to support. Don't try to take that away from us, And so we're going to set that up. Obviously, if you send anything to my information right now, it should be right down below, and say what it's for and talk about it, then it'll be the same difference. And yeah, cool. There you go. Because we decided to have a really, really low key wedding, and that still has cost way too much money. It's just a clown world. It's a clown world. So anyway, now that we've got all that covered, now yeah. And then hopefully you guys like the song, I might play it again in a second, but we're gonna be dropping a lot more music, and it should be cool. We're gonna do a lot of music, and we'll try to glitch the matrix out. We'll even make some music videos and stuff, and yeah, we'll see what happens. I think that song's a banger, though. I think I could have laid my verse a little better, but I did it kind of quickly. Kai Crush per usual. And I like what I say if you heard what I say. I know I'm aware you might have listened a couple times. Zach Shotgun is evident that the earth electric in its residential residence is heaven sent. I just hope to settle in like sediment. So anyway, true video quality is overrated. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, it is. So cool, man. Now you guys know. So with the whole free speech area thing, in the name of the stream, obviously, for one, YouTube's not a free speech area. And so, like I said, this will be a short stream. So I may finish a couple little things I want to talk about over on Rockfin, but that will also be short. But there's a link down below for Rockfin. I don't even know if I set it up as premium or anything. So whatever it's on, it's on. But yeah, well, I'll say my thoughts on a couple things. I'm not too scared to talk about really anything, though. I think that YouTube can kick rocks. I just know that they're looking for a reason to shut us down. And in this very crucial moment where I need to be able to get the word out to you guys as to updates as to what's going on, I don't think that would be tactical. So yeah, obviously I don't believe fairy tales about, oh man, now everyone's forgetting about our first psyop and not paying attention anymore. And now we're saying you can breathe again. So, oh, look over here. World War III is coming. And why is it that so much of the pictures of the stuff going on over there are the identical pictures from 7 years ago, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, from something completely different? Why are you showing us fake pictures? You need to step back and look at the bigger picture. It's just like the Cold War was. It's just like everything. They literally just they sit back and they make literal propaganda like they've created, like a science fiction author or something, like a fiction author. They write it, they make it, and then they just copy and paste. So, yeah, I mean, I'll give a little bit more of my take on Rockfin after this. And again, the whoop-de-whoop is down below, the link. So I do want to also I want to shout out a few people, and I'll just share the screen, because some people are super underrated and censored. And I know the struggle, man, because, like I was censored as soon as I started doing it, and I didn't even want to do it. But anyway, share screen, come back over here to this screen. So let's look at my boy right here. So I need you guys to help us out, and we're going to go to chill out. I need everyone to come over here and give my boy some love. Give my boy some love. That is just unacceptable. 1,000 subs. Because that show is super chill. They're always talking about gravy. And that's what our content should be. It should be hyper focused on us growing in knowledge, not like entertaining like infants when it comes to what they know about the conversation, but yet they want to be the loudest, like an infant. I think that this show is dope, and he should have way more than 1,000 subs. So I'm gonna need you guys to go on over and show my boy Awesome Austin some love. And I actually don't even know the other name of the channel I want you to sub to, but we're gonna shout my boy Flatman X out. So yeah, we need to start. I mean, dude, it's a sub. It's a sub. I'm just saying. I do know that his numbers are obviously heavily censored, but I will say his show's very, very underrated, and he's very censored because he's bucking the system the whole way. So we should go sub his channel. All right, there you go. There's my take on that. I feel like I need to go back and check in a little bit. I'm kind of trolling you guys, but at the same time, like I do hate seeing people that make really good content having such low subs, and then these goofy goobers out here. Like someone makes a puppy dog video and has 150,000 subs, and it's like we got people out here, doing content all the time, finding information for you all the time, presenting it to you, getting on camera for long durations of time, talking to you, like spilling their soul to people, trying to speak the truth, getting censored, getting attacked. It's very time consuming, typically costs money. People think everything should be for free, but they should do nothing. And it's like, if people are willing to go through that for what's good, which is what anyone's doing now, if they speak the truth unequivocally and get censored for it, we have to support people like that, man, even if out of principle. And then that will tie pretty well into what I have been talking about recently, but it's not going to be too different because that's what's going on with me. And like I said, I'll give my take on some current worldly affairs on Rockfin at the end of this. I would hope that you don't need them. I would hope that you don't need my opinion on it. I would hope that it's very obvious and transparent exactly as to what's going on. And it's that you don't know what's going on. And no one knows what's going on. And if anyone was going to know what's going on, it'd be the people there. And the people there say what they say is going on is not what's going on. And of course it's not, because they're showing you pictures from 6 or 7 years ago and then telling you it's something that's happening right now. And then they're filling it with an emotional story to trigger you into an emotional state. Like, okay, throw all your logic out here, want war. Here's a little girl holding a stuffed animal. It's like children. It's like they're literally just manipulating cattle. Like I talked about this in my Facebook stream. That's all that is. It's like, okay, you're cattle. So this is what you're allowed to talk about now. And I want you to understand that's why it's so important as to why I keep talking about the subject. It's not just because I'm in court and I'm going to make them change the law, but it's also just what comes with that, the implication of that. They have basically buried us with big tech companies into a handful of different platforms we can use, and they censor us, and they're not free speech areas, as if anything exists that's such a thing. And this is the craziest part of it. I thought about writing something like this in a cover letter I sent to a governor or something, but it's like, natural law actually handles the reciprocation or the consequences of the tongue. Natural law does that. Like what you say, what you do, natural law takes care of those things. So you're allowed to say what you want to because natural law is going to take care of it. And just as natural law dictates a certain type of equilibrium be attained based on what you say, it also is going to prohibit any type of attempt to stop one person from that freedom, meaning they have the right to go have what is reciprocated, and you don't have the right as any other individual to impede them on that. It's very simple. It's because now if you live in a world where you don't think there's any accountability, which a lot of you creepy little loser gammas do, and you need to grow up, there is a moral accountability. You can't run from it forever. But if you want to think that's not the case, and that's where you have this really tricky situation and you have no idea what's going on because you don't think that there is any right or wrong. So if there's no accountability, You need to do it. It needs to be based on what you think, because in that contradictive worldview of infants, basically, I'm not trying to be too degrading. I'm just saying that's a very stupid worldview. They crafted it and gifted it to you to make you dumb, or to make you believe in a very complacent, stagnant worldview, so that you are dumb. That's all that is. So, there's no objective morality. So what I think is right or wrong, but everyone disagrees, but it's just what I think is right or wrong. And I can stop you from saying something that I don't agree with, even though it's not actually right or wrong. It's just subjective to me, and everyone else disagrees with me, or a bunch of other people make a whole bunch of different opinions about it. So it's, you run around just bumping your head into walls because you have no intellectual consistency or logical consistency. It's bad. It's now we have nihilistic, materialistic people running around empty, and then they're definitely not going to say what's on their mind. And if you just sit on the sideline and you don't say what's on your mind, then you're just a slave. There's no other way around it. If you just sit there and you can't really speak what's on your mind and truly express yourself and what you truly feel, whether that be because of whatever the myriad of reasons you've come up with to try to justify being scared and timid and a little girl, I got to keep my professional, blah, 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 blah. Oh, man, my professional atmosphere here. Oh, man, I have a LinkedIn account. Oh, I got to do this. This is how I make money. Oh, well, my family might not do it. I'm just not going to talk to them about my family. Oh, well, I don't want to be the person that does it. You can come up with a million different reasons, but if you sit, it doesn't matter what the reason is, and the grabblers know that, by the way. So it doesn't really matter what the reason is. It's that your reaction is to stifle your natural progression of thought and expression. And if you do that, you are no longer even being individually active. So they don't really have to worry about you, because when you're actually just, enacting the power that you have, they have to respond to you. But whenever you just operate within the confinement they crafted for you, there's no need for a response. They know what you're doing. They got you to do what you're doing. So the idea that they can tell you what you can or cannot say, or where you can or cannot say it, is the final straw. It's the final step. It's the last thing there. It's the last thing. And so coincidentally, and it's not a coincidence because the creator did it, but I just find myself in it, but it's not just because I'm in it. That's not a coincidence that the creator did it. And that I coincidentally filed my paperwork on 2/22 and literally had no idea, didn't plan it at all, was working around the clock trying to get it when I got it. Like, the creator is doing something. He wants to use some of us that are not going to fold. Just like I got a phone call from one of my homies that met up with us on the tour. He's a legend. And he's the one he's been going in and just talking to people about what's going on with this stupid mask thing and how they're masking up all their children. And he's been fighting it the whole time. And the creator's thrown him in a situation where they now have to hear what he's saying. They have to now put what he's saying on the court record and stuff. And I'm telling him, yo, dude, the father did that. Like he's doing that. He's like making this move where he's like chipping away and shooting arrows inside their armor in their own system, and he's using people that he knows are willing to be used to do that, to shoot the arrows. It's not like we crafted the magic arrow. We, in a way, for an analogy's sake, kind of stumbled along to the bow and arrow, and we just know how to shoot one. And it just happens to be like the most awesome bow ever. Like and it's a beautiful thing, because when you understand that's what's happening, you're pretty much untouchable, right? It's cool, and this is clearly something that is very important to the creator, and that's because it allows lies to flourish. It prohibits the truth. It literally conceals the truth, because no one can even point out that the truth is missing, or what is the truth, or question the truth, or can we try to find the truth? We can't even logically progress our thoughts to understand that there's a truth there, much less actually get together, dissect information, iron sharpening iron, and then figure out what the truth is and then pursue it. Like, you're never going to adamantly pursue the truth if you don't know that the truth exists, if you don't even know the right questions to ask to try to find the truth. And so that is why the creator doesn't like that, and especially whenever you're throwing children into that confinement. Like, if you're an adult and you want to be brainwashed, at this point, I don't care anymore. Like, it might take you 5 years and you might never wake up, man. You might turn around, be 6, you can't do a sit-up, and then you're out of breath, never drink clean water, you hate everyone else, you scream at them, and it's everything. That might be you. Or maybe you could just look at life and realize that you're very blessed. Your body's like an incredible electric machine that constantly repairs itself, and then you should just accept your blessings, utilize your power, stop being scared of the truth. Only cowards are scared of the truth. Anyone that's scared of the truth or hearing the truth means that they're doing something that they don't want the truth to reveal. just like whenever the Creator spoke to the people and then of Israel, and they were like, please stop. We fear if you keep talking that we're going to die. This is because what he was saying is what they're not allowed to do in the rules, and they were breaking all the rules. So they didn't want to hear it because they were afraid they're going to die because of guilt and shame, right? And so that's the same thing with everything else that's going on. When people want to control what you're saying, it's because they're living in depravity and sin, and they don't want to face the truth. And so you are threatening their facade that they have created in their mind, this little comfort illusion bubble, and you're going to pop it so they can't let you talk. Well, guess what? Only cowards would let them throw you in the bubble and then not be able to pop their bubble. So, like, grow up, like, to the people that are hating, I guess, what I'm saying, because it's like, bro, if you think that the earth really does defy all kinds of physics, that's a cool story, bro, and you're really individual for thinking that. You're really thinking outside of the box and thinking for yourself. Wow. It's cool. You can go around saying that. If you can't question that it's a globe, you are a slave. And that is where we live. They came out and admit they censor flat earth. They don't give it a fair chance. They immediately flood it down with all kinds of disinformation hit pieces. You can never even find it. And now literally when you go out in the world to try to react to that, they will physically impede you and stop you, saying, it's not because of what you were saying, but it literally is. They don't want you saying that. And the federal government's like, oh, the earth is talking about the earth over, talking about the earth over. Why? It's a joke. People don't understand the severity of what's going on or what's around you or what's building, and know they shouldn't live in fear. But the middle ground of knowledge and just like willful ignorance, that you should walk with some elegance and some discernment. And in fact, you should never be willful ignorant if you understand you have responsibility. All right, there's my sermon. Let's see what you guys talking about in the chat. Keep up the good work. Thank you, RJ Cooper. Thank you again, RJ Cooper, for the $10 chats. Much love, brother. I appreciate it. I'll read any donations before we get out of here. But yeah, so there you go. I don't think you guys realize that they are literally trying to take the next step to making us actual slaves. See, we don't realize that we're kind of slaves already because we walk around and we stare at this thing, dude. And I do it. I stare at this thing, and I got so triggered about it. I was like, dude, I'm gonna get rid of phones. And then I felt actually led that I wasn't supposed to, and I prayed about it. But like, so, and I guess I do like them in a way, and that's what sucks about it. That's why I wanted to get rid of it. But we walk around like this, just swiping, making a physical movement into the ether, just like Black Mirror, just staring down. You know, that's already enough, but this is next level. This is, and they did it with this thing. This is not intrinsically bad, right? Like this phone is not evil. It's just a phone. I can throw it. It can't defend itself. It isn't making any type of sentient decisions. This is just a phone. It's just a phone, bro. So like, no, this isn't evil. And if you want to blame everything on other things, then you're never going to mature spiritually. It's not this thing's fault. It's not. No matter what it is, it's not this. It can't be. It's not. It's just a thing. It's just an inanimate object. The government isn't evil. It can't be. It isn't. It doesn't make decisions. It isn't a thing. Technology can't be evil. A rifle isn't evil. Something can't be evil. So the point is that without spiritual discernment and guidance, this will definitely cast spells on you and lead you astray. So does that mean that like you have to throw this away because this is evil? No. It means you need to mature to the point where you're spiritually responsible enough to use this without falling prey to the spells. And in fact, use this to expose the spells because it still has an etheric power within their own little realm that they play with. And they don't want you to use it the right way. So that's why they said, everyone's going to hang out on these platforms, and you can only say this. And they waited a few years until everyone got there, and they said, okay, now we get to tell you what you get to say, how you get to say it, when you get to say it, when you're allowed to say it, how long you're not allowed to talk at all now because you didn't say what we said that you could say or anything other than that. So, now it's normal, and it's not by coincidence. It's meticulously crafted, but it's people that are really dumb stumbling around within it, and if you have to be able to understand and grasp that those simultaneously exist. The meticulous nature is from the spiritual realm. The reason that these plans work so good, the reason that you're casting spells on Black Mirrors, the reason that it seems like it all falls into place, it's not because there's some like crazy elite bloodline that's so superior. No, they're usually dumb psychopathic pedophiles that are inbred. I'm talking about the fact that no one's intrinsically evil, but they just know the knowledge that they didn't give you. And that's it. And then if you know the knowledge, they're like, whoa, someone knows the knowledge. Just kind of let this guy go on his own way. But if you actually know how to use the knowledge and then you use that against them, then they're actually completely weak and laughable. They don't even have a very fair chance because they're not even doing it for the right reason. So hopefully that wasn't too scattergun. It's important, though, because this is how they got us. Like I'm saying, this can't be evil. Stop blaming everything. It's just like that's the reason I did the stream with Jack, and we talked about how everyone just says Satan, 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 Satan. No, you cheated on your wife, okay? You can't just say the word Satan, dude. But it's Satan opposition. No, there's not some boogeyman bad guy that every time you do something wrong, it's actually his fault. That's what I was making sure people understood. And it's important. And one of the biggest things is people don't acknowledge that there's an inner turmoil. And there's a lot of people probably in my chat even that don't do that. They don't acknowledge there's an inner turmoil. Like, yo, you got it all figured out. You read the Bible for real this time. You have it all figured out now. So you don't have inner turmoil. No, that's not true. I know for a fact that's not true. Anyone being real knows that's not true. It's 100% not true. You have inner turmoil with all kinds of things. You have so many decisions that cross your path. It's insane. And when you start to make consistent decisions in a certain realm or certain area, then different types of decisions come up. That's what growth is. That's what life is. So you do have inner turmoil. You do, as in an inner discussion. You have an inner dialogue. You have an inner decision to make. And anyone that acts like that's just not there, or anyone that has any type of temptation of anything, or any type, like as a temptation to take the easy way out, does not say is lie by omission so you can get your way, whatever it is, manipulate somebody, intentionally manipulate someone's emotions to get what you want, right? There are things that I guarantee you not one person here is perfect. I hate to break it to you. No man is good. And so you do have that. That's the whole point. The whole point is that you, basically, it's spirit and flesh. They'll tell you angel and devil. Well, sort of. It's spirit and flesh, okay? And your spirit can work, your flesh can operate in tangent with your spirit, okay? But when they are conflicted, they cannot operate together. That's why you can't have two masters in one house, right? It's very simple if you think about it, because it's about your choice, and you have to consistently make the right choice. That's what it is. In a world where people act like they don't have any type of inner struggle or dialogue or temptation at all. Shut up, bro. Shut up. Because I know you do. And like the thing is that you just have to grow. You have to acknowledge that. I think that, anyway, all of that to say, like, I think a lot of people, they blame their problems on someone else. Like, dude, it's personal accountability, man. It's like when I lose my cool when I go out and do activism, like as in like I don't ever like really lose my cool, but like sometimes I kind of get worked up. I have to think about it. Like I need to correct myself. I could have just, although I was in the right, I should have just stayed even calmer. But something in it's like, I'll call it the little gamma voice, is like, show him how he's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Embarrass him. He tried to embarrass you, embarrass him. You know what I'm saying? So can everyone be honest about it? Because everyone does have some. They have these things. So, oh no, that's not my fault. It's not my fault. I watch my porn, but it's just a devil. No, it's you, bro. Yeah, there's a natural balance. There's a natural balance energy-wise to everything. You can't understand the spiritual realm. No one fully understands the spiritual realm. No living man or woman, And so, I would say even like the other entities in the spiritual realm, they don't fully understand it either. They have a much better grasp of it, but they obviously don't fully understand it. They're not supposed to. They can't intrinsically. I hope this is landing with some of you guys. This has been all over the place. But the thing is that I need to wrap this up before too long, so I'm probably going to go to Rockfin. Don't get triggered, man. Don't get triggered. This is just a short stream, and yeah, I'm gonna just go talk to you guys unfiltered in Rockfin, and the stream, the Rockfin link should be below. And actually, just make sure we're actually even going on Rockfin. We are. We just look like we're from like 1920. Shout out to all the legends in Rockfin. What's up? Let me get the Congrats on y'all's marriage. Killed it on the new Glowbusters theme song. Thank you so much. Waiting patiently for the $20 tip on Rockfin. You the man. What a legend. We got 22 watching over there. I think we got 109 watching on YouTube. What's up, Critical Inception, my homie? Streaming in 420p. Yeah. It's called Grappler Pixelation Effect. You should look up the Grappler Pixelation Effect. It's crazy. No, I don't know. I mean, I don't have the best internet. I have like 40 megabits download out here by the trees. But it just doesn't matter. Everything runs super fast. I press live and everything glitches out. It's just ridiculous. But I guess I really could have done the phone again and had better quality because I'm not really showing you guys much. I just played the song. Speaking of, we'll just play the song again. So if you guys didn't know, we dropped a banger for the new Glowbusters theme song, and we're just going to play it. Oh, how dare you. Oh, just a friendly reminder, though. Go sub to my boy right here, Awesome Austin. He's crushing, and he's only got 1,000 subs. That's pretty laughable. Pretty laughable. Okay. How dare you play the song again? How dare you be proud of something you guys made? All right, I'll catch up with you guys.
Nobody that I know of in my field uses the so-called scientific method. In our field, it's by the seat of your pants. It's leaps of logic. It's guesswork.
All right, guys, this is what we'll do. I'll give you my closing here, then I'll play the song and go to Rockfin instead of just playing it. So anyway, sorry that the stream is glitched out, but they just be hating in the matrix. I'll just do freaking phone streams, I guess. It just kind of sucks. Unless I can share the stream of the MacBook on the it's just annoying, bro. It's so much. But anyway, in conclusion, my entire point of this stream was anyone acting like they're perfect, they're not. You have inner turmoil. You have different type of decisions that you have to make. That's the entire thing. You do not at any point in time get to this magical level of knowledge on the earth where you don't have self-responsibility anymore. And that's what the modern church teaches. And it's the exact opposite. It's antithetical to common sense, logic, and of course, anything that the creator has ever said. You don't just have this magical, I got to this part, now I magically don't have to worry about being held accountable. That's pretty much the whole thing. And the reason that we got into that is because the idea that they can confine what you say into certain areas or even just certain subjects, it actually has a drastic psychological impact. That isn't just someone saying, I don't like to hear the word gay. No, that's not what it is. It's them controlling your ability to speak or natural progression. And if you cannot naturally progress through thought and the things that they are targeting are actually the most important things that you're supposed to talk about, like don't talk about politics or money or whatever. Well, we should talk about how all of that's a lie, So anyway, that's the whole point. They got you in free speech areas. We already we're in free speech areas. This is a free speech area, YouTube. So I'm going to go to Rockfin. I'll be able to talk there. This is a free speech area, but they've gotten us used to free speech areas. Like I'm not just so hyper focused on it because I'm in a case. No, like I think it's actually a big deal. That's actually why I did what I did the way that I did it in my case, because I could have found a way to have to make them throw it out a million different ways. They messed up every single turn of the way, but I want them to have to rule on the constitutionality of the law because other people should not be getting harassed like that. And it actually says via numerous Supreme Court rulings, if there is some type of permit requirement that's unconstitutional, then the speaker doesn't have to adhere to it. He doesn't even have to regard it. He can disregard it. And if he's prosecuted for failure to procure it, he can then challenge the entire licensing scheme's validity constitutionally on its face. That's all there is to it. So what do you do then if you know that if you can read something and it reads like exactly what the First Amendment says, then you can walk around ignoring that and you can speak what the truth is, because there aren't little tyrants that sit back in some unidentified shadow part of an empty vessel entity that has no sentience that get to make up rules about you, a living sentient man or woman. That's ridiculous. No, I have rights and they don't come from a piece of paper. And if you think that I have to somehow bend my rights based on what you think, how offended other people may be, what other people may want, well, I know it's a public forum, but I don't like you talking there because I came here for this reason. No one cares. That's literally irrelevant. If we could only talk based on the convenience of people that were closed-minded slaves, then you would never be able to get the truth out there. Hence why the truth never gets out there, because everyone's like closed-minded slaves. Everyone's mind is just like mob mentality. And they're like, oh, everyone else doesn't like this. Oh, I won't talk about this. I won't say the word gay and retarded anymore. Why not? Electromagnetic retardation. Can I not say that word? So now we can't talk about science because you're offended. It's so stupid. You become stupid. It devolves you to stupidity. So if you do not stand up against this, whether you think Austin should talk like this, Austin shouldn't wear the lab coat because it triggers my cognitive dissonance, because I used to worship and praise anybody that wore a lab coat, including Bill Nye, who's actually just an actor and not a scientist at all, and has completely lost his mind. But now that Austin's wearing one, I have to hate them, but I still love them at the same time. And I thought it automatically meant that you were smarter than me, but he's also got a bow tie on and glasses. That's why you guys hate the lab coat. That's why you get triggered, because you're like, this guy's so cocky. He's wearing his lab coat talking about science. Who said that he's a scientist? I didn't say that he could be a scientist. You guys are like little kids. So anyway, that's just like the world that we live in. And yeah, it is what it is. So say what needs to be said, and don't let people prevent you from saying what you really want to say or need to say, because you become a literal brainwashed slave. And so I will continue with the importance of this on Rockfin, and that just kind of tells you right there that I can't even go into detail about worldly events, or I might could. I don't know. Who cares? I don't want to take the risk because I actually need my channel right now. And so I have to cook. And this is important as to the entire subject here. They are normalizing the idea that some shadow figure above you is to control your thought via controlling your vocal expression, and not just your vocal expression, what you wear, what you say, what you sing, when you dance, how you do it, anything that could be labeled a demonstration. And like, dude, everything that you can do, everything that you can possibly do to express yourself, if they don't like it, then they don't have to let you do it. That's what they want, right? Obviously, that's what they want. Why would they not want that? Why would they not want that? Of course they want that. Who is they? There is no they. It's an empty little government, and people walk around and just follow policies. That's it. It's just like the spiritual realm. And if you don't stand up for your rights, which you don't have rights unless you exercise them just like muscles, then you don't deserve them. I'm sorry, but some of us want them. We're going to keep them, and we're going to stand up for them. If you don't want them, sit back there. Take your mask and go cry in the corner. No one cares. I bet some of you will wear the mask anyway after they told you don't have to anymore. Like, oh, what a coincidence. I'll talk about this in the next part of the stream. So anyway, I love you guys. I'll catch up with you on the flip side, like a coin toss. Seek and speak truth unequivocally. Quickly reminder, we're talking about the free speech fund. I decided to call it the First Amendment Represented Fund. So First Amendment Represented, hashtag First Amendment Represented. And if you want to donate to the entire ordeal I got going on, 2 federal criminal cases about not getting a permit for free speech or talking outside the designated area, even though it's in public forum in the national parks, the very areas that are supposed to symbolize freedom, then if you would like to support me, because it has been a bit draining financially, emotionally, or mentally and physically, I guess more so mentally though. But anyway, yeah, for hours and hours, and you want to support a brother out, then do it. If you don't have to, because it's going to be all right. Yeah, paypal.me/innerworld. All right, now that we got all that covered out. Awesome, you're tweaking, man. You must be on meth. I see you have a chipped tooth. I can just say the word meth, and then all of the factual evidence and all the scientific irrefutable arguments that you've made go out the window, and all of a sudden all your logic doesn't matter because I said the word meth. All right, I love you guys. I'm going to play the song. I think it's a banger. Sorry if it's glitching out. Hopefully the Rockfin will be a little bit better with the quality, and we'll be dropping this stream. I'm not sure. I will continue to look into it. In the meantime, so you can speak truth unequivocally, and when they attack you, for his name's sake, and what that means is for what the truth is and standing for what's right and defending the defenseless, speaking the truth, speaking what's right, defending the Father, because he is what's right. He's the epitome of truth and what is right, that what the Creator is. You have a piece of that inside of you. You can also choose to ignore that and reject that and go the other way. You also have that piece inside of you. Oh, dun, 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 how dare you? Oh my gosh. Oh man, I'm going to call you a word like heretic or something, and then I'm right, and you must be on meth, and now I'm right, and I can do what I want to, and I can circle jerk in the corner and just say the word Jesus every 6 months, and I'm good. All right, anyways, and so we're going to play the song, and then we'll see you over at Rockfin. I'll catch up with you later. You guys know how to support the channel. If you want to, I'll read them out. If I did not read yours out from the stream today, I will read them out in the next stream. I love you guys. Peace out.
Nobody that I know of in my field uses the so-called scientific method. In our field, it's by the seat of your pants. It's leaps of logic. It's guesswork.
So
don't see the curvature of the earth. That stuff is whack.
Glowbusters taking over. Bye bye, moon man and rover. NASA so mediocre. Sorry, but your ball is dead. But your ball is. Glowbusters taking over. Gotta ride this roller coaster. But the truth is getting closer. Sorry, but your ball is dead. But your ball is. Get the shovel for the spice hubble. Piecing up the puzzle. Need a burst of bubble. Evil gonna crumble, yeah? Sit down, be humble. Got the ball, you better fumble. You'll get mad cause I just fight about your uncle.
And then they call me the liar. I mean, it's absolutely unbelievable the pathetic techniques that they have to use to prove their heliocentric model.
Bob said the president, Jaren got the evidence. It was laying Jesuits and Zach Sharkham is evident that the earth electric and its resonant to residents is heavens, and I hope to settle in like some settlement. If we so wrong, why they lying to discredit it? That's not too intelligent. That's a guy not in court, but we ain't really in the settlement. It's time to awaken from the pseudoscience sedatives.
Glowbusters taking over. Bye bye, moon man and rover. NASA so mediocre. Sorry, but your ball is dead. But your ball is. Glowbusters taking over. Gotta ride this roller coaster. But the truth is getting closer. Sorry, but your ball is dead. But your ball is.
Inner World Productions.